Collins would climb to fame in the 70s, with her biggest success coming in 1989 playing the titular character in Shirley Valentine, which is showing this afternoon on Channel 5. However, before the fame and fortune, Collins was a struggling actress who, after much consideration and debate, decided to give up her first child for adoption. The Devon-born actress worked as a teacher until 1962, when she made her first stage debut and decided to pursue acting. She appeared on the West End and made her first film all in the same year in 1965, and even had a role in the now cult favourite Doctor Who in 1967. Collins' rise to fame came with her role as maid Sarah in ITV dramedy Upstairs, Downstairs. In 1969, she would marry fellow actor John Alderton and would have 3 children together. Sarah was a regular character in the first 2 series, and Collins was able to act alongside her then-husband John Alderton in the show and later in a spin-off Thomas and Sarah in 1979. More sitcoms, short stories and even a narrator role in a BBC One animation would soon follow. However, something was weighing heavily on Collins' mind, the daughter she had given up for adoption when she was penniless in 1964. Collins was just 23 when she found out she was pregnant, and had recently split from her daughter's father, actor Tony Rohr. Her decision to give up her daughter Louise was not taken lightly, and it is one she lamented for decades. She had given birth to Louise in a home for single mothers which was run by nuns and spent 6 weeks bonding with her infant. Ultimately, the time arrived for Louise to be taken to her new home and family, which left Collins debating, why did I do it? Collins fell into a depression, and would only tell her own parents about it 5 years after giving Louise up. Almost 3 decades later, Collins published a book, Letter to Louise, a loving memoir to the daughter I gave up for adoption more than 25 years ago. It explored Collins' thoughts leading up to the decision, and reads as a heartfelt letter from mother to daughter. Despite her decades in the entertainment spotlight, Collins was able to maintain a decent level of privacy, the memoir a rare insight into her life. Collins reveals in the book what it was like being a single parent to a child born out of wedlock in Killarney, Ireland. She writes, "In the end only I could take responsibility for our lives, yours and mine." Collins was gratefully reunited with her daughter 6 years prior to publishing the book. Don't miss, Louise was 21 in 1986 and contacted Collins after finding out about her mother through her adoptive parents. She was in the midst of studying for a French degree when she wrote to Collins, noting that she had no negative feelings or resentment, but simply wanted to meet her birth mother, which they then arranged. While Letter to Louise was Collins' authorial debut, she was able to pen it in roughly a year, writing the book in between filming in Calcutta with Patrick Swayze. All throughout the process of publication, Collins kept Louise in mind, consistently noting that if she did not want it published it would never be published. The pair still have an evolving relationship according to Collins, although Louise now lives in Scotland with her own family. After meeting Louise, Collins put her in touch with her birth father as well, noting she's very like him. In 1988, Collins starred in the one-woman play Shirley Valentine, which would soon become her most well-known role. Originally playing the character of Shirley in London, Collins would then take the role to Broadway and finally to film, all within 2 years. The film would win a number of awards and film roles would begin pouring in for the actress. In 1990, Collins was voted the sexiest woman in Britain, and the next 2 decades saw her acting career thrive. She would return to stage and documentaries every now and then, and was eventually awarded an OBE in the 2001 Queen's Birthday Honours for her services to her craft. Shirley Valentine airs at 4 p.m. today on Channel 5.